would be. This is Confidence. Ooh, 281. He was born almost a year ago. He's almost a year old. He's 10 pounds, 12 ounces. I just love his body. I don't know if you can see this. Oh my gosh. Anyway, he's going to get a haircut today. I don't know if you can see this, but up here it's a little bit shorter. About a month ago I sheared him, maybe a little more than a month ago. He wasn't quite ready for a haircut, but I wanted to be greedy and keep this prime to grow just a little longer. So this will go into my Sinfully Soft yarn. This I probably won't cut just because it's still January and it's still cold out, and he can have some stuff on him. And the back, I've blown him out and I brushed him a little bit. I haven't spent a whole lot of time. If I was going to a show and it was really important to be completely matte free, I would take more time and clean all that up. And it probably would take some effort, but you know, this stuff is long enough. If I cleaned it up, it would be perfect for my Sinfully Soft yarn. But I'm just out of time. I have too many rabbits right now. This COD process is killing me. So I'm focusing on what's really important. This will go into prime. Look how lovely that is. Oh my god. And this, I will hand spin. I'm going to put that in a separate bucket, and I make BeautiFULL yarn. F-U-L-L is capitalized, and I full it. And yeah, so this stuff is going to be perfect for that. I'm not even going to mess with it. But I am going to show you if he was going up to a show, and I did want to keep as much density as possible. I would take, I don't know if you can see this okay. Yep. And I would separate where it's felting. The blower helps with this too, but it can only help so much. So I would separate that a little bit more. And then I would take my slicker brush. And these are just regular dog brushes, but I'm holding the shaft near the skin, and I'm just going to do a little bit at a time. I'm going to flick those ends. So I'm going to get all those peels out. And it's going to be completely matte free when I'm done. Oh my gosh, yeah. Look at that crimp. It's beautiful. I have some stuff in the brush. That's going into my thirds pile. I don't throw anything away. And this, you can see, is beautiful. Just gorgeous. This right here is what it used to be. Kind of webby. Starting to matte just a little bit. But I have decided this whole back side around his tail and everything, and along the edges here, you can see there's two different lengths. It's kind of hard to tell in really light wool, but this is about 1 inch. This is like 3+. But this started to felt. This isn't, but this is. So if I wanted to, I'm grabbing a hold of the wool on the base, so I'm not pulling the wool as I brush. I'm just holding it steady so I don't pull it all out. Some's going to come out inevitably. But that's how I would clean up those little soon-to-be mats, I call them, if left untreated or undealt with. In another couple of weeks to a month, depending on your environment, and the rabbit, those could turn into a solid mat. And I have seen rabbits that I've rescued or whatnot. Usually they've had a serious case of mites, and that induces felting like crazy. But I've seen it where you couldn't even see the skin. It was a solid mat, and that is so sad, because sometimes it would mat so heavily, the little bunnies, when they tried to move, it would hurt. So we want to keep them mat free. Now look at all this stuff. There's a lot here. But I am not going to take the time to de-mat all of that. He's already been through the blower process, so he's pretty clean. I'm just going to put all this in a separate baggie for me to hand spin, and maybe I'll show you that later. See that? Ooh, good stuff. But not for my Sinfully Soft yarn. It's all good stuff. You're such a sweet guy. Okay, I've got all my shearing tools ready. I'm using Gilmore's today. I really love these. They're cheap, cheaper version of the other ones I like to use. They're about $40, $50, sometimes a little less. You can catch them on sale. The only thing I don't like is the blades aren't changeable. I mean, this whole thing is rechargeable, but it's basically a throwaway unit, and I'm not thrilled about that. Don't like that. But, you know, it cuts like a dream. It's really good. I've already cut his toenails, and his nails were almost too big for these in my little kit here. I've got doggy toenail preppers, especially for those adults with their back toenails. I use that. And then for my scissors, basically good old embroidery scissors, and these do have a little tip, curved tip. They're very, very sharp, so be very, very careful when using these. I probably won't have to use this on him at all today, because his front, his whole underbelly and legs have been trimmed about a month ago. So all I'm going to harvest is the top and sides. Like I said in the previous video, some of his saddle here is webbed, so I'm going to save that for my hand spinning. I could clean that up some more. I have blown it out so it's nice and clean, but it's not good enough for my Sinfully Soft yarn. I've got 3 buckets. I'm going to put prime here for Sinfully Soft yarn. That's long, luscious, perfect yarn. Hand spinning yarn, and then thirds. Anything I don't want to hand spin, I still save it. I felt with it. Lots of good stuff I can do with that. Anyway, here we go. because everything I make is just beautiful. And when I make it with this stuff, it's scrumptiously soft, sinfully soft, just like our name. Anyway, I'm just going to kind of go through here and make sure I didn't accidentally put some stuff that I don't want in my prime bucket. There's a few second cuts, but not too many. It'll take me just a second. Well, maybe a few seconds. I've got a pile here. And then I'll pick on another rabbit. Seeing this stuff is just a little bit short. I could, oh, it's a toss-up. Thirds or seconds. Should I hand spin? Hand spin. Yeah. Yep, that's all I'm going to do is just keep going through this. Want the perfect stuff in there.